Good.
Mhm.
All right, guys, it is 7:01. We're gonna call this meeting to order. April 13th, 2021. If you all stand for invocation. Are you good?
Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight in prayer to ask you to bless our city, citizens, city staff and workers, and this council and our mayor. May you guide us and give us the wisdom to make decisions that will please you and benefit our entire city. In this change of the season, may you renew our spirit and give us a fresh new outlook as we strive to move our city into a new direction. Watch over our daily lives and keep us safe and healthy. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
And
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, a lot of faces out there. I haven't seen it in a long time. Welcome, everyone. Do we have any announcements?
I do.
Go
I
ahead.
just want to thank everyone that came and helped and contributed in any way, donated or whatever, to our community Easter egg hunt. It was a huge success. I think we had maybe 300 or more children that came. Karen Corey was the coordinator of that. She did an excellent job. We say thank you very much for doing that. And the kids had a good time. The parents had a good time. I think we all did. So thank you very
Over
much.
3,000 eggs, 1,000 toys.
It was amazing what you
33
did.
big gifts.
5 minutes and 31 seconds.
It
took an hour to put it all out.
How long did it take?
5 minutes and 31 seconds.
For the kids to get them on.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. Any other announcements?
Yeah, I've got one. Duck Cove is putting on a fishing tournament for the Lofton Fire Department. Saturday, May 8th, 6 o'clock to 4 o'clock. It's actually a kids tournament as well. We've got to take a kid out there with them. It's posted everywhere. If anybody's out and about that day, we'd love for you to come join us.
You got it posted on our board out here, by chance?
We will have.
Okay. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
The Keep West Hawaii Beautiful will be doing our part of the Adopt a Highway. We'll be picking up trash on the side of the road Saturday morning. So if you'd like to come out, I've already thanked all the businesses, our area for keeping the area clean. So I've already spotted where we can get in there and clean up.
And we're not gonna meet it, Karen.
On the highway.
I mean, you know what?
I have
East and
no,
north
I have
end.
no idea. Our
Okay.
meeting is Thursday. And I can post it out then where we'll meet, but I'm just gonna be going up down
Okay.
the highway.
Okay.
Mostly driving and getting out and
Okay,
wearing our vests.
okay. All right, any more announcements? Anything? Okay, moving on to number 5, citizens input. Anybody have any citizens input? Last call. Okay. Moving on to item number 6, consent agenda. Please note that your consent agenda, okay. So, A is approval of minutes for March 9th, 2021. At 4 p.m., March 9th, 2021 to 7 p.m. and March 17th of 2021. Item B is approval of bills to be paid, bills paid and those to be paid for March of 2021. Item C is approval of financial reports for the month of March 2021. Item D, court report for the month of March 2021. Item E is the police department reports. We don't have any for March. Item F is the public works work order report, completed and outstanding work order for March of 2021. Item G is the public works report for the month of March. Item H is the permit report for the month of March 2021. Code enforcement report, we don't have one for this month for March. Item J is the EDC minutes for March 1st of 2021 and March 16th of 2021. Item K is the Keep Tawakoni Beautiful, West Tawakoni Beautiful, sorry, for minutes from February of 2021. And we have no planning and zoning minutes in there. Chair will entertain a motion.
We'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda, items A through L.
Okay, Robin first,
I'll second the motion.
Chris second, all in favor,
Kevin Featherston,
Leon, aye.
Molly Myers,
Chris Burkett.
unanimous. Okay, going on to item number 7 is old business. Discussion and or action on the second reading on ordinance 290-3-9-2021 for outside city limits residential and commercial water and sewer rates, as well as adding a septic dumping fee at the wastewater treatment plant. Chair will entertain a motion. Yes.
so I want to make a motion that we discuss and or take action on ordinance 290-3-9-2021 for the outside city limits residential and commercial water and sewer rates and adding septic dumping fee to the wastewater treatment plant.
We, you know, that, we don't have a rate in there for that. We're missing a rate for the septic dumping fee.
So
All I know is,
No.
you got it in there?
On the second page. Charge for tank trailer or truck discharge for sewer waste. 7 cents per gallon.
yeah, I think we had some misleading information on that. We're probably gonna have to
Yeah,
amend that because we've got cities that are close to us doing like 5.5 cents a gallon.
Now, this information here is what Mike Stafford provided for, that need, things that are needed for the, septic dumping for his,
That's what I was looking for. And it's back there in my thoughts.
no, yeah, it is. I know where he put it. Hang on.
well, to echo what Kevin said, I think it's Greenville that's getting 5.5 cents per gallon and $12.50 per load.
Yeah, dump fee.
Yeah, for dumping, 12.50.
And I can tell y'all, it doesn't matter what day it was, but I was coming back from Greenville of a morning and I passed 3 septic trucks headed towards Greenville. You would surely suspect they were probably going to dump from the day before, their work the day before. So, you know, you got 3 trucks that are headed that way, that probably could have came this way, and that revenue could have came here to the city.
I don't have that ordinance in here. I'm not seeing it.
That 2.9,
I'm not seeing
But so what I'm looking at as far as discussion goes, I would say that, you know, we don't want to just like be the cheapest game in town for all purposes, but to me, it would make it smart to be tangible, right? To
Yes.
give people a reason to look our direction. So I'm thinking, you know, these things, some of them hold 2,000 gallons, some of them hold 4,000 gallons. So you start doing the math, even if you drop that fee a half a cent, right? And make it an even 5 cents, which is whatever, it's gonna be easier for those guys too, to do some round math. So if we just rounded our numbers and said 5 cents and $12, we're a tad lower, right? So we become more tangible at some point, especially if these people are looking at it over a true business standpoint and saying, what am I dumping all year? You're not gonna look at it per truck, you're gonna look at it all year. And so that makes it tangible for them. Just a half a cent and 50 cents is what my suggestion would be.
any other discussion. You know, so we want to adjust that. Is that what you're
So
asking?
you making your
Yes, sir.
motion
I'm-
to adjust it to 5?
My thoughts, well, I'm discussing it. So my thoughts would be, and I'm trying to see if anybody else has any more input on it, would be 5 cents per gallon and $12 for a dump fee.
And the $12 is standard between,
They charge $12.50
Yeah,
for their dump fee.
and that's Greenville. Who else is doing it?
I think Leonard does it, but probably, and Canton does it, but seems like all the people in our area, and we've used some of these people to haul sludge for us, and they've all told us they primarily go to Greenville.
Okay.
From what I understand, Canton's a little harder to get in and out of. And then Leonard, that's a lot further.
Yeah, much
Very,
further.
very, very.
It's an opportunity to realize some additional revenue in the public works department that will help fund some of the much needed repairs that need to be made, or not necessarily repairs, but also upgrades to some of the equipment that we have in our sewer plant and water plant. So
Well, and so I want to make sure, because everybody doesn't have this, but I want to make sure everybody understands, some of the people in the crowd, or maybe if somebody hasn't read this yet, but I actually was privy to some of this information already. You know, one of the comments that has been happened in one of our discussions was, can we handle this? Yes, we can. We have a capacity of 300,000 gallons a day in our sewer plant. Okay, our average daily right now is 140,000. So we're not even halfway there. So, I mean, one could argue the point of, okay, does it cost us more? Well, no, it doesn't really cost us more, because that 300,000 gallons, we have I think it's detention pond. Is that correct? Is that the correct term?
retention pond.
Well, but it sits there to detention, right? Because when we get this waste, it has what they call a tension to it.
Oh,
And this tension is all the other crazy enzymes and things.
is
it's
that
not supposed
lagoon?
to have.
Is that the
Yes.
lagoon?
So it sits there in the retention pond to detention. And what that does, it allows oxygen time to start killing some of these things and stopping some of these things from growing that we don't want into our sewer plant, that will mess up our biology. So we have a 300,000 gallon per day, right? We would be fine. Everything that I've been told, we would be totally fine. Now, we do have some stuff that needs to happen to our plant. That retention pond needs to be, it really needs to be dried and dug out, which is something that we're about 4 or 5 years past due, because the city just hasn't been able to stop and have the operations funds, whatever. Now, we can do that in-house ourselves, cost us probably somewhere between the neighborhood of $5,000 to $6,000 for equipment rental, but then we're also gonna have to afford our labor, so we may have some overtime in that, where it's the Saturdays or whatever. We're not utilizing our city the way we should, and luckily, we did have one of our employees that brought this up and said, hey, you guys could do this. And I think it's something we need to try to put sort of on a fast track to get in motion.
So do we need to make those upgrades before we start this process?
I've been told that we could more than likely, we could operate as we are and put that in our planning, maybe get some revenue and put that in our planning. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We're talking about $6,000. $6,000 isn't gonna move the needle. We're not talking about $100,000 upgrade, repair.
Well,
Nothing
one of
like that.
the things you need to remember too, is that we've already got that budgeted as income. We got a
We do.
line item budgeted for 20,000 on income.
We do,
for that.
and that's why we do have to get going on
Okay,
it
all right.
and get that income coming in.
Okay, I want to make sure everybody understood that.
So that's my suggestion, if anybody else has any other ones or whatever. So. If nobody does,
Any other further discussion? You want to make Chair will entertain a motion on
Okay,
that.
so I'll make a motion that we adjust the rates for ordinance 290-3-9-2021 for the dumping fee to 5 cents per gallon and $12 per truck for dump fee.
So the motion is actually to approve the ordinance.
Right,
On second reading with this change.
yes, sir, yes, sir. And all the other rates, all the other water rates and everything staying the same and approved that way.
We have a first from Kevin,
So that's the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Chris second.
Kevin Featherston?
Leon Meyer,
Robin Myers.
Chris Burkett.
It's unanimous. Okay, moving on to 7B is discussion and or action considering appointment of city council place 3. I think I see 1, 2,
Hanson's back there in the back.
Huh?
Mr. Hanson's back there.
okay, it's 3. Are you sure you can pay them? Okay, so, okay, we've got 4. You don't wanna call these up in any sort of order, or just, they don't have to call them up. I mean, you just stand and just tell us a little bit about yourself. Whoever wants to go first. Stacy, you wanna go, or Pam, Karen, Ward, you wanna go first? Just
Tell us about yourself and
you.
why you want to do it.
Yeah. Nothing, we don't get lengthy or anything, just a brief summary of what your background is and what you might be able to bring to the council.
I'll take it off.
Okay, thank you, yes, Stacy.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Stacy Thomas. I'm a business owner here in town. I also live here. I'm invested heavily in the community. I'm currently the president of the West Milwaukee EDC. I've had extensive volunteerism in communities that I've lived in. I lived in Rowlett before I moved here 8 years ago. And I wasn't here long before I jumped in with both feet. I think most of you here know that. I bring a lot to the table, I think, from a business perspective, also from a citizen perspective. So I feel like that is good. I've thought often about running for city council, but I've just never stepped off and tried it. And I thought that this position might give me a little bit of experience and help me decide if I actually wanted to run for office one day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Karen, you gonna go next?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm Karen Corey. I do live here in West Milwaukee. And as many of you may or may not know me, I do a lot of volunteerism here in the city. Belong to several organizations and committees within the community and within the city. I do want to let you know, because a lot of y'all know my past, but I really do want to be on city council. I really want to be part of this growing city government, that I can see the definite changes occurring and moving it forward. Because there are so many things that we're lacking that are simple fixes, such as a mission statement, to have in place a vision that we can work on, move forward with, and as councils change, that we can also help the next new group be able to continue that line instead of the stop and change every time we have city council changes. I really do want to be part of this growing group, our growing city. I work really close with community people. I spent this afternoon going up and down the highway and talking to business people. I think I bring a lot to the table, having worked for the city of Georgetown in the building department, so I do know a lot of things. So, and I do know the community, and I do know what we do, our events and things. And I should stop now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen, very much.
Thank you. Otherwise,
Amy, you gonna step up?
Yes.
Thank you.
My name's Pam Reed, and I'm sort of new to the community, as I've only been here 2 years, but I have 2.5 years. My husband corrected me. But when I came to the community, I came with the idea of living here the rest of my life. And I jumped right into the Milwaukee Civic Club, which I really enjoyed. But I have done a lot in my life as far as working with other people. I helped run a telemedicine in Arkansas that had to do with the whole state of Arkansas. And I have worked with governments in dealing with that. And I have worked with individual people. So this last year, I had the opportunity of doing the census here because I wanted to learn more about our community. So as I did that census, I became very much in love with our community. I met people of various economic and social status, so that it wasn't just one economic social status people that I met. But I talked to all of them when I did the census, and I found out that there were certain basic things that everyone in this community wanted, and everyone in this community looked forward to as part of the community. And I felt like I might be one of the people that would be able to voice those feelings that they had, and that I might be one of the people that might be able to help move it forward. And that's the reason I want to do council, is because I want to see our community grow. I've been working with the HOA in Indian Oaks, and in doing that, I managed to talk one of our longtime people over there to have lots into selling his lots. And in doing so, we're getting 28 new houses over there, 28 now.
So it was 20 last
It was
time.
22 last time, I think that's 22. So I've talked to the builders, I made sure that they're on our wavelength and are looking for building homes that will attract new people to this area and that will help us grow and help us not be a community of just move in, move out. And so that's another reason I want to do the city council, so that I can help the city grow, help it become more.
Thank you so much. Now, Ward, I can't, is that you back there, Ward? I can barely see back there. My glasses.
Thank you. My name's Ward Hanson. I actually live over in Hamilton Street. And I'm part of the, I'm not an officer of Hamilton Street HOA, but I'm there for the sort of Dwayne and Judy that are doing stuff. I'm kind of when I need stuff done, I do. And that's what I've always done. You know, in my prior life, before I moved out here and retired in 2013, I was actually lived in the city of Arlington, and I was on the P&Z or the P&Z's zoning board of adjustment in the city of Arlington for 10 years. Chaired that committee for the last 2 of the 10 years before I retired and moved out here. So, I mean, I know how cities work. Arlington's a home rule. This is a general. So, I mean, I know the difference. I also know budgets, because we used to have to look at the numbers and the money in projects and supposed developments that were coming in. And developers have this wonderful gift for being able to put lipstick on a pig. They'll come down here to the council and whoever they have to go to, and they'll tell them just what they want to hear. But once they get in there and they do what they start doing, they know how far they can push up to what they said they're going to do and not do. So, I mean, I'm very leery of that kind of stuff. And the big thing that why I'm interested in this is because, and you know, I'm not going to be a yes man for this stuff that goes on up here. I'm going to ask some serious questions because I think that there's some serious financial weirdness, just plain weirdness, even in your budget process. And I've watched it carefully since 2013. I mean, I'm a numbers guy. I'm a retired claims manager and all. So, I mean, I know how to do and reverse investigate weird numbers. I've done it, you know, all my career, 30 years. But the bottom line to it all is there are things that can be done out here. And I think that maybe a different perspective, because, you know, no offense to anybody here, but everybody just talks about how nice and how good we do everything, how that we've got through this crisis with the weather. And, you know, there were a lot of people that seriously got hurt because the water stopped. You know, I understand that there's reasons and whatever reasons for that, but there had to be, you know, there has to be more about what's going on around here. And those questions being asked up front, that's the kind of stuff that I want to do. And y'all may not like it, because I'm not going to just agree with everybody, just, well, okay. I'm going to ask the questions and I'm going to do the right thing for the taxpayers. And the financial part of this deal, I'm sorry, and Mr. Mayor and I talked about it. It's just crazy what's going on. We've got a budget and there is zero money in the budget that's dedicated to streets. We give money to EDC, we give money to parks, we give money to everybody. Even the fire department's got a line out of it. There is nothing that says we're going to do the work for streets. There's money for buying rock. There's money for buying paving. $60,000 out of it. What was it? $300,000 property tax dig that we got this year. And we got shorted. We got messed up and shorted. I tried to talk to the old mayor. I even presented it to a couple of the councilmen here that were newbies at the time. And I'm not saying anything, but there was something really bad wrong with what they did. The old mayor did it. And when he presented the stuff back in August and signed off, and I'm just saying, just for one example, then I'll show you. In August, the ex-mayor signed off and approved the budget at the Tarrant County Courthouse. And that was long before, y'all didn't approve the budget that he signed off on until November, or what was it? Was it November?
No, September.
It was just before the tax bills. I mean, it was just the last one. But the whole bottom line to it was that, yes, and y'all, and what's really weird is that stuff that he signed off back in August is exactly what y'all approved in this. So it's really weird that, you know, it's like y'all did a lot of work talking about your budget and everything else. But it was a done deal. It was already set. But I wanna make sure we don't do that kind of stuff. And I think there were people in here that wanted to ask those kind of questions, and they don't want to make those ways, but I don't mind making the ways. You know, I want to do what's right for the citizens, everybody, for their pocketbook and for the employees. And then, well, I said, one last thing is, folks, we're giving Christmas bonuses to employees. That's just flat off tax money. Come on, you know. Who gets a Christmas? I don't know of any tax given that pays their employees Christmas bonus. That's crazy. But anyway, that's the kind of stuff that I'll do. Y'all may not like that, but you know, and you may not understand that because there's another agenda item on the books tonight that I'm pushing forward to help the older folks. Because there's some serious folks that need help.
Mr. Hanson, I want to assure you that questions were asked extensively over and over, many, many times by several council members.
I appreciate your,
Okay, is that all of the, okay. I think what you guys have got, is that, oh,
Yes.
I don't have that. Anyway, while you guys do that, I want to thank all of you, all four of you, Mr. Hanson, Stacy, Karen, and Pam. I want to thank all of you for having, presenting an interest in the city and the council. You know, of course, it's going to come down to one person. I don't want it I don't want you to be frightened off or offended or anything. If you're not chosen, I would encourage going forward those other three to continue to be involved in the city. There's still a lot of stuff we can do. So just because you may not, I guess y'all are voting now, just because you're not chosen or whatever, doesn't mean you can't get involved. And I welcome any and all of you to get involved. I think everybody on this council would agree with me. I think I speak for them all. We want your input. We want everybody's input. We want to understand some of the questions and concerns you got as a citizen. So please don't put us off or anything. Work with us. And let's work this thing in unison. I think.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
If y'all are fixing to mark the ballot and turn it in, the vote has to be public. So initial it or not sign it so we know who voted for who.
Okay.
They don't do secret ballots. It's all going to be public.
This doesn't happen very often. I think it's only happened once in the last 7 years.
Yeah, I think so.
That we actually have to fill a vacancy on the council. And by doing so, it is public, as Mr. McElroy said, but we do, allow the council members to vote, make their vote or whatever. And then, the winning votes are, we don't discuss individually or as a group who one person or the next may be leaning toward or not. But this is the way that we've done it in the past, and it's worked out real well.
This place will also come up on the ballot in November.
Yes, very good point. So just so the audience, in the YouTube or whatever, this, open seat that's now that we're gonna fill tonight will also be open, come November, I don't know what date the election is, but it'll be up for this November's election.
November 2nd.
The second, thank you. So, yes, ma'am.
Just the fact that we have 4 people on this ballot makes me very happy because it shows that we have folks in our community that want to be involved, that care about our city and that want to see it move forward. So I'm glad to see that many names and for them to step up and say, hey, I want to take part in this.
I want to second what Jim said. There's only 1 seat, but there's 4 of y'all. We'd love to see the other 3 of y'all stay involved. It takes every one of us to move this city forward. Sitting up here or out there, we got to all work together, so.
Did you already get those to that?
No.
I think that's when you.
Oh, but you did. Okay, hang on. Okay, these are the ballots as, I'm gonna read them off, in order, just in random order. We've got, one vote for Mr. Ward Hanson. We got 2 votes for Miss Pam Reed. Yep, 2 votes for Miss Pam Reed, 1 vote for Stacy Collins. I mean, Stacy Collins, Stacy Thomas. I know it's Stacy Collins. Make sure I get this right. Pam Reed, Stacy, Pam, and Ward. There's 1, 2, 3. So that's what we've got. Ward, 1 vote, Pam, 2 votes, Stacy, 1, and Karen, unfortunately, I didn't get any votes on that. So I'd like to go ahead and welcome our new city council member, place 3, Miss Pam Reed.
Do we swear in tonight, or do
We can put that on the agenda.
We
Swearing in.
can do that. We need to.
Meeting Tuesday night?
Tuesday be fine. That'll be fine. Okay. All right, at this time, we're gonna move on to item 8. We're gonna adjourn the executive session to talk about personnel under Texas Government Code 551.074, considering hiring a city administrator. Line B, personnel under Texas Government Code 551.074, considering hiring a police chief. I guess what we'll do is step back into the back and leave the audience here. We'll move back to the back. Folks, I ask your patience. This may take a little bit. We're gonna expedite that as much as you can. Feel free to step outside, stretch your legs, whatever. It may take us a little while, but we will come back and we will gather you guys up as we get to that. And I got a couple of guys that will probably be called back. So I'll have Leanne or not Leanne, Annette or somebody call you guys back.